Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome to the program. How is everybody today? You doing all right? You risers? Good morning, risers. I hope that everybody is well. Welcome to the madness. I've lost track of the days of quarantine. Is it 6? I think it's 6 days of quarantine now. They're blending together. How is everybody today? Hope that you are well. We'll talk about the hammer last night. That's what we're going to start calling Mayor Heather. The hammer. The hammer. Hope you are well today. We will take your phone calls, 850-771-0049. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. You know who you are. I'm getting punch drunk for being alone. Good to have you with us today. I'm not alone. Miss Angie's quarantined with me. And it is, every day is full and exciting. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Milton Post, for hosting, and everybody else that shares it. God bless you. And we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. And we will get to all that and more. Your forecast for today. Morning clouds will give way to afternoon sunshine, high near 53. Tonight, clear skies, low near 29. Tomorrow for your Saturday, sunny skies and high near 61. Presently, it is 37 in Milton, 39 Gulf Breeze, 39 Navarre, and 36 in Pensacola. Yeah, another day. Yeah, poor Angie being stuck in the house with me. God bless her. I made her chuckle last night. I was being Nick, and she just shook her head. Better than killing each other. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm sure we will get an update this morning about the meeting last night, the committee of the whole, which, I somebody posted last night, which I thank you for playing into my psychosis, that because Sharon wasn't there. Sharon Holly wasn't there. There was no bite me alerts. Matlock must have been on. So you just got to go with what you got. When you need the comedy relief, it's not there. But the hammer was there, and that's just how you look at it. You can't have a meeting without the hammer. Good morning, Rose. All right. Cantonment man is accused of stabbing a woman in Defuniak Springs. Thomas McDonald is charged with homicide. He's 35 years old. Walton County Sheriff's Office said Donald called 911 to report the crime. I got his picture here somewhere. Oh, here he is. There he is. I stabbed her in the neck. And she's beyond help. Come get me. When they arrived, they found the 68-year-old female dead, and she was sitting in a chair with a knife in her neck. McDonald was booked into the Walton County Jail without bond. No motive given. Just, I stabbed her in the neck. She's beyond help. Come get her, and come get me. That's how life works sometimes. Pensacola Bay Bridge will not fully reopen. Oh, did you feel that one coming? Did you feel that right down in your... They gave a little diagram to show you how jacked up it's going to be. There are going to be 2 lanes expected to reopen by March 22nd, with repairs to all lanes expected by May 31st. After a recent assessment of the repairs to the Pensacola Bay Bridge, the Florida Department of Transportation has announced its plan to reopen the Pensacola Bay Bridge in phases, beginning with restoring 2 lanes of traffic in March 2021. The phased approach reiterates FDOT's commitment to reconnecting the impacted communities as expeditiously as possible. But if you don't have it opened up completely, are you causing more problems than you are solving? It says, FDOT understands that this has been a tough time for Pensacola and Gulf Breeze residents and business owners who you have destroyed. The first phase will open 2 lanes of traffic, one in each direction for the first 4,000 feet on the Pensacola side. Now, here is the issue. Would it not be better to wait another 2-3 weeks and get it all open than to open part of it? Because that, my friends, is a merge nightmare. You're going to have accidents of people not merging. I don't know. Is it going to cause more traffic problems? I don't know if it causes more traffic problems what you got now on there in at the Garcon Point, but why would you not just wait another 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and get it done right? Well, because we said March. Yeah, but you're not doing it. Look at this. Look at that. Is that going to be a problem for you? Do you see problems on the bridge with this merging issue? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. We've gone without it this long. Let's wait another 3-4 weeks, get it done. But no. 850-771-0049. I think it's a bad move. They want to have it open in time for Memorial Day, the big unveiling. Consistent with the requirements within the construction contract, FDOT will continue to withhold payments of $35,000 per day until 4 lanes of traffic are restored to the entire southbound span of the Pensacola Bay Bridge. Donna, I see wrecks as well. I do not see this as being a great solution at all. I don't even see it being an adequate any kind of. It's just bad. It is bad. But they're going to do what they're going to do. The Florida Supreme Court issued a new order today allowing criminals to go virtual. The 23-page order sets an opening for virtual trials in Florida. But the defendant and counsel in each trial must first agree to a virtual setting. So because of Corona, they're going to do virtual. Now, Assistant State Attorney John Mulkin explained the new order, saying that there are several issues surrounding the trial. Difficulty in the witness being able to see, a remote witness being able to see evidence and things like that. Touching it, feeling it, that kind of thing. But this is a temporary solution. So good morning, Shari. Thank you for your work last night at the meeting. So my question is about these virtual settings, all virtual settings, not just trials, but schools. Why is this so difficult? Yes, that is correct. You can convict somebody virtually, but you cannot, city council cannot vote virtually. Yep. But why are we not better with this? Why are we not better with the virtual stuff? How come we cannot get schools to be able to successfully virtual teach? How come you can't get courtrooms how come this is not a thing already? Roger says use a 3D printer for evidence. I love it. Put that into the expense report. And then those have dropped in price as well. But the virtual thing, it's here, right? So why is there not more accurate abilities? Just saying. The ban on, let me say, Santa Rosa County officials have finalized agreement with a leasing company to rent the old Bell's department store in Milton as a central COVID-19 vaccination site for the entire county, where the goal will be to deliver 1,500 coronavirus vaccines or more to eligible residents each week. Board of County Commissioners finalized the agreement as its Thursday morning meeting. The contract calls for a 6-month initial lease at $44,458.98 a month for the entire building, with a month-to-month agreement after that. That, my friends, is a backside load of money. The county set aside $2.4 million reimbursable CARES Act money to pay for the rent for the site, as well as things like technology setups. It's a shot. You need a table, a chair, a tablet, signage, and other preparations necessary to get the building into shape before it can be safely opened. Oh, they're shooting for March 1st. I don't know. You're supposed to be able to face your accusers. It would be easy to hide behind a computer or a cat. What do they call that? Those filters. Do a cat filter. It is a load of money for that building. It's empty. How long has it been sitting empty? Do they have any kind of potential for anybody moving in there? Anybody looking at it? Oops, I'm sorry, Roger. Why do government websites work so poorly when private sector sites have it? I don't know. Because it's a government job. And you don't have to produce anything in a government job. They don't expect results. How about a tent in a parking lot? It is temporary. It is temporary. And do you need something that large? What about finding a building that is vacant and giving money to the landlord there? That's on a much smaller scale. Do you need the Bells building? $1,500 per week. That's not hordes of people. No to virtual court, but they're trying to keep the courts from getting backed up. I don't know. I know. Pretty crazy. 850-771-0049. The ban on Sunday morning alcohol sales in Escambia County is coming to an end. I knew they was going to do it. I knew they were going to do it. Escambia County Commission voted Thursday to approve an ordinance allowing retail alcohol sales 7 days a week, except between 2:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. Currently, retail sales are prohibited 2:30 a.m. until 6 a.m. daily, except for 2:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Sundays. Oh my gosh. If you're going to do it, just take the ban off totally. Why do you have between 2:30 and 6 a.m.? Why? If you're going to take it off of Sunday morning, why do you even have a ban on alcohol sales at all? Anybody? If you're going to, if there's something weird between Sunday at 6 a.m. and 1 p.m., what is the difference between 2:30 and 6? Just take the ban off. Stop being so stupid. I don't agree with taking the ban off Sunday morning, but if you're doing it, why don't you just do it? I think it's moronic. If you can't, well, we're losing sales, alcohol sales money. People can buy on Saturday, or they can buy at 1, or buy it someplace else that sells it. We don't have to take the ban off of it. Holy crap. I know. I miss the blue laws too. I'm a blue law guy. I kind of like that. And I don't usually go out to eat a lot on Sundays, so I wouldn't miss that. But the problem, People weren't going to church. That was a problem. I know. Easier to swallow. What? Just taking the Sunday morning off and not the two. Just rip the whole thing off. Try to keep them sober, saying go to church. There's an old Hudson and Landry comedy bit where this guy calls the liquor store and orders this huge order, and the guy repeats it back to me. He said, that's a big order. You having a party? He said, no, I'm trying to work up nerve to go to confession. 850-771-0049. Santa Rosa County will postpone a hearing for a Santa Rosa County family which received a citation for mulch on their 3.5-acre property. According to Hartman, the owner, you can't see their mulch pile from the road. The mulch pile is located against a tree line at the back of the farm, as seen from an aerial shot of the property. Subsequently, Santa Rosa County Code Enforcement issued the Hartmans a ticket, which Hartman says he called a pile of trash and debris. And she says, now since we refuse to pay the fine, and now that fine will be $66,000. We're supposed to go to court next week, she said. It's not an issue about not wanting to pay a fine or make our mulch pile smaller. It's an issue of property rights that are being taken away. It's personal attack on our freedom as Americans and property owners. Hartman spoke out at the board's February 18th meeting yesterday. During a public forum, she told the board that they gave the code enforcement officer a tour of their property during his visit, showing him their gardens. And what they use it for is they use the mulch for growing things. It's for their gardens. It's legitimate. It's a thing. And it's not debris. It's mulch. Now I want to this came up at the commission reading yesterday. I'm going to show you this. Hold on.
Read the notice of violation. And I've studied our ordinance. It said observed accumulation of trash and debris. That is not what happened. Is the code enforcement agent came out there and interpreted that pile of mulch as trash and debris. I believe that was a misinterpretation, and I commend Commissioner Parker for trying to fix this. And the issue here is I think that we can all agree that it's a timing issue. If the court hearing was not next week, I think that there'd be a timing issue. As far as asking them to break up the mulch and all that, I don't want to ask them to. That's their mulch. That's their land. They moved out there to be able to do that. I wouldn't want to do that if it was my land. I mean, it's agricultural land. It's 3 acres. It's their right to be there. And so I agree with Commissioner Parker in the sense about the code enforcement agent, went out there because, I disagree with his interpretation of our ordinances. And if he's interpreting this ordinance this way, I think it'll affect a lot of other places and a lot of other people that are on. I represent the north end of the county with more agricultural land than anyone. And Mrs. Hartman was right. It does start with us. This issue, it will set a precedent in a good way, because it shouldn't.
So here's the thing: is you don't want to be handling zoning conflicts at code enforcement things at a disagreements at a board meeting. You don't. You do need to get somebody to handle that. But there hasn't been a lot of that. But this is clearly out of line because one neighbor didn't like them having it. And that's what it's all about. A neighbor issue. And I think they ought to be able to counter, not sue, well, I guess they can sue them, but sue the neighbor. I don't know. What do you do? But I think that the board is right. Commissioner Calkins was correct. This is overstepping tremendously. And yep, ridiculous. The BOCC wouldn't address a situation that the county administrator would not add it to the agenda. I know, but they got it there, and it's going to be interesting. But I don't think that they have enough to enforce the code on this. We'll see. Maximum rate that towing companies in Nescabe County are allowed to charge hasn't changed since 2009, and towing business owners are calling on the county to increase the rate. The Nescabe County Commission is scheduled to discuss raising the cap on non-consensual towing rates at its next committee of the whole meeting on March 11th. The county ordinance caps the rate for non-consensual towing and vehicle storage, which cars under 10,000 pounds is set at a flat fee of $100 for towing and $20 a day for storage. Additional fees can be charged, such as $35 administration fee and extra labor fees if the tow truck driver has to wait in the scene of an accident more than 30 minutes. So now, these tow truck drivers, these companies have not been able to raise their rates since 2009. It's been frozen. Well, insurance goes up. Now, I don't like to pay for towing. I don't like that. But these guys got to get paid. And the county can spend money on whatever they want, pay these tow truck drivers. And they have to be out in the rain. They have to be out in that traffic and cold. And yeah. And they don't get paid anything for helping the county out. Leanne says, I love thy neighbor. Straight buttheads. Yep. They are. Some can be. All right. Roger, what is that link that you posted? It is a long one. What is that link? 850-771-0049. What else is happening? A Pensacola man's facing burglary charges after police say he entered a home in Santa Rosa County. Let me get his picture up here, because you definitely don't want to see this dude in your home. Where's where'd he go? Here he is. Found him. Let's get a good look at this one. Yeah, take a good look at this one. Deputies responded to a burglary in progress at a home on Melton Road, February 8th. According to a arrest report from Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, the victim told deputies she was in her bedroom when she heard the back door open and close. She heard the dog bark, an unfamiliar voice tell the dog to stop. She locked the door, called another person who made contact with who contacted police, or contact with the suspect, and the suspect took off. Dispatch put out a bolo for the suspect while deputies were en route to the home, and they decided to look around. They found him at the nearby Tom Thumb convenience store to see if the suspect was there. And they saw Andre Perry, who matches the suspect's description, standing in line with a tub of ice cream. Perry told deputies he left his home, and came straight to the convenience store. He said he smoked some weed, but after feeling the side effects, he believed that it might have been spice. It could have been spice. He didn't know anything about a burglar in the area. According to the report, deputies searched Perry, found an electric scale with powder-like residue in the pocket. Detention staff found 3 bags of unknown substances in his pocket, which Perry identified as spice and bath salts. That explains a lot. Ice cream. He's the ice cream man. Bath salts and ice cream and spice. Yes, I did see about his $80. I think I meant to put my drugs on the counter, but I think I put $80 there. It wasn't there. He is a prize. He's the Florida ice cream man. Wow. Bath salts. What? At what point? Well, I think that the cross on the forehead, right between your eyes, is probably not the wisest thing ever. You do that, and then at what point does your life get to a point where you're like, okay, I got bath salts and spice, and happiness is a tub of ice cream. Happiness is a tub of ice cream, but wow. Special. He is special. 850-771-0049. What else? Escambia man. A man in Escambia County is now facing child pornography charges after a home search on Thursday. We got a lot of miserable human beings, Jeff. This guy. According to Escambia County Sheriff's Office release, James Richard Coleman, 70, was arrested on child pornography after a search warrant was issued to a home on the 12,000 block of Ophelia Drive. Once investigators entered, they were able to locate child pornography on the laptop belonging to Coleman. Coleman was charged with 20 counts of possession of images of child pornography. He was arrested and booked in the Escambia County Jail with a bond of $300,000. Ish. Pensacola woman's facing felony theft charges. Let me find her pretty picture. Here she is. She's got it going on. According to a report from Pensacola Police Department, Sherry Edgar was part of a group with two other people who stole from Best Buy over the past month. The associate provided police with surveillance video of items taken and their value. Officers watched the video, which was taken on January 4th, saw Edgar conceal 2 Chromebooks before walking out of the store. The merchandise was worth $521.98. She was arrested on February 9th. Edgar told officers she'd also stolen the items, sold the items to family and friends, and used the money to pay her utility bills. There you go. 850-771-0049. Data from the Florida Department of Health suggests vaccination rates for Black and African Americans in Northwest Florida do not come close to the number of Black people who live here. We're not at 100%. In Escambia County, 10.6% of all vaccines went to Black people. In Santa Rosa County, it's just over 2.1%. In Okaloosa, it was 3.6%. All of those figures are less than half the percentage of African Americans in each county. Commissioner May and his partners say it's important to break down the barriers. Breaking barriers that include help from faith-based groups to spread the word and build trust. That, my friends, is propaganda. It's propaganda. It's not that it's not available. You see how they framed it to begin with, to make you think that it's not available to the Black population. But it is. It's just that they don't want it. They're not trusting it. They are not trusting it. They don't want the shot. And now they're trying to get the churches to tell people you need to get the shot because they trust the Black churches. That's propaganda, my friends. As a pastor, I'm not going to push your propaganda. I'm not going to help you push propaganda. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Let's use the churches to convince the people to get the vaccine that they don't want. But it is scary. It is scary. Remember Biden yesterday? We played that clip from Biden from the town hall where he said that Black folks and Hispanics, brown people, don't know how to use the internet. They don't know how to use the online to get in line. Approximately 30% of U.S. military turned down the shot. Yeah. But they're trying to use the churches to push propaganda. Get that through your head. Listen. If your church leaders are doing the government's job of pushing propaganda, you shut them down. When it suits the Dems, you're exactly right. 850-771-0049. Kate, you and I are 100% on the same page. You will no longer, because it allows them to make sure Facebook's not listening. It will allow them to alter your DNA, which no longer it keeps you in God's image. You were created in God's image. They're trying to change that. I don't trust them. Encourage them to get vaccinated and remind them that some people who've been vaccinated. Talk to your neighbor, your relative, your church member. Ask them about the vaccination process, said Pastor Marcel Davis, Adoration for a New Beginning Church. Don't. The East Side High School Drama Department in Florida is singing their way through the pandemic because nothing says musical like coronavirus. Normally, they'd be performing in front of a live audience, but due to safety restraints of the COVID, they can't. They came up with a way her students could take their COVID-related experiences and turn them into a musical. I asked the kids to talk about how time was warped for them, and they all came up with these beautiful monologues, said Myers. Freshman Rebecca Levin said it's a new experience for her, and she really enjoyed working on the musical. It's not just ranting about life's been bad over quarantine. It's really a great way of expressing every aspect of quarantine. The cast said the show's a mixture of drama and comedy. Ages Ago and Yesterday, a new musical, will run February 19th and 20th at 7 p.m. Great. Mary says, some churches I visit in California like to push political propaganda. Yep, they do. I think the elderly would be the ones not familiar how to use the internet. You're right, because we talked about this yesterday. A few weeks ago, they went to that off the phone. They were going to have everybody register online. They did away with the phone number, and everybody's going to register online. Well, the elderly could not do it. And so they went back to the phone number. So, yeah. But Biden says the blacks and Hispanics don't do that. Web TV. Sorry, not every elderly. We're talking elderly. Not you, Corey. You and I are not elderly. We're getting old, but we're not elderly. Okay, in a new minute-long video, Florida Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried, a Democrat, pulled no punches in attacking the governor's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. It was paid for by Fried's political committee. Check this idiot out.
DeSantis, but you need to hear it. This pandemic has been painful. While he lashes out at everyone else like he's the victim, we all know who the real victims are. Every Floridian who has lost a loved one, lost a job, lost a way of life. This has been so much harder than it had to be, and we know why. Blind allegiance to an insurrectionist. So let me say this to all Floridians. You are loved. We feel your...
It's about blind allegiance to an insurrectionist. We continue.
Can and will do better. As the Biden administration puts science first and we turn the corner on this pandemic, I promise I will continue to fight for you and hold the governor accountable. Although this has been a dark, painful time for our state, with your help, getting vaccinated and masking up, this can be the beginning of the end. And we've got plenty more beginnings to look forward to, Florida.
All right, so there's Nikki Fried. This is an obvious attempt to launch a gubernatorial campaign. She is an idiot. She's a Democrat. What are you expecting? She's the only Democrat that got elected. If it wasn't for DeSantis, a lot more would be out of jobs and dead. She said, "Fight." Watch her speech. Yep. Impeach her immediately. You're exactly correct, Jeff. She said, "Fight." Yeah, absolutely, and it's wow. The Democrats. She is running for governor. You're going to have a hard time beating DeSantis at this point. Best governor we've had in a long time. Chris is talking about running again. I'm sorry. Would you vote for Charlie Crist again? Can you? Yeah. I don't think that would happen. I would not be a Crist fan. Charlie Crist is a Democrat. He's not Republican. She'll fight for you unless you're a conservative Christian. Yeah, you're exactly right, Jeff. How many more times we got to mask up? What? I don't know. The rest of the country, jumped up. It's jumping. Rest of the country, what is this? Is looking at Florida as a beacon of common sense. Well, I hope so. You hope she does run and get out of the AG job. Well, we'll see. Best since Lawton Childs. We hope to keep him in. All right. Texas turned an emerging water crisis Thursday evening after electrical power had been restored to nearly 2 million homes, though hundreds of thousands of residents remained in the dark. About 13 million Texans, or nearly half of the state's approximately 29 million residents, were under an advisory to boil drinking water. The water crisis prompted Texas Governor Greg Abbott to ask President Biden to declare major disaster in the state. FEMA would be sending 729,000 liters of water to the state, and some power generators it planned to supply would be sent to water treatment plants. Each Friday, crews in Houston were seen preparing a large supply of bottled water for distribution later in the day at Del Mar Stadium. In San Antonio, 7 water distribution sites are being planned for today between noon and 6 p.m. Each person will be limited to 5 gallons of water and must bring their own containers. They're worried about infrastructure and pipes at this point. Oh, this is interesting. A South Carolina home invader got more than he bargained for. He attacked a 79-year-old woman near her back door. And the victim's 82-year-old Vietnam War veteran husband beat him to death with the butt end of a shotgun earlier this week. Herbert Parrish snatched a firearm off the wall after the suspect, identified as 61-year-old Harold Runnels, broke into the home with a knife, knocked the man's wife to the ground, and slashed her forehead. He lived in a nearby mobile home community, according to WJBF, and approached by knocking on the back door and asking if the couple had seen a missing dog. And the man, the Vietnam veteran, 82 years old, beat him to death with the butt of his gun. The Parishes were not being charged. They were both treated for minor injuries, but were expected to be okay. Biden hasn't even addressed Texas yet. No. Except to talk about the Green New Deal. And, we'll see what happens. Biden is such a joke. All he cares about is releasing illegals. Yep. Retired. Whoop, whoop. Vets. Love him. He picked the wrong home. Yep. Way to go, Mr. Parrish. And exactly, Sherry. He had the gun. He decided to beat him to death with it. Yep. And that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. It doubles as a club. And he got what he deserved. 850-771-0049. All right, we got tons of stuff to go on here. Democratic New York Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, where's her picture? I got a picture of her, I thought. Maybe I don't. No, it's too bad. I had her picture with her standing very solemn. She's giving up meat for Lent. Not for religious purposes, but in honor of Maryland Rep. Jamie Raskin's late son. He was an outspoken vegan and animal lover who died on New Year's Eve. He was 25. She's encouraging her 12 million Twitter followers to honor the late Harvard school student as well. A few weeks ago, I told Rep. Raskin that this year I wanted to adopt a vegetarian diet for Lent in memory of his son, Tommy. Well, you'd have to do it the way Tommy would, which means bring people along with you. Ocasio-Cortez, she had 3 rules for anyone else willing to give up meat. No judgment. Make it your own. You can go full 40 days, just Veggie Mondays, whatever. 3, be inclusive. No need to observe Lent to join. Then why are you giving up meat for Lent? Lent is a religious experience. Tommy, who struggled with depression, died by suicide on December 31st. He included a note that urged everyone to be kind to animals. I don't know. Yeah. Parrish is a great hero. I know, but it's weird. Does she even know what Lent is? It's on her suits. It's very pesky. She's really against Lent because it gets on her clothes. Well, that's exactly what I thought. Maybe his depression came from not having any meat. We'll see. They won't admit that. President Biden today plans to reinforce a U.S. commitment to engaging with the international community during a virtual meetings of the G7 and the Munich Community Security Conference. Biden's plans include announcing an initial $2 billion donation to the World Health Organization's COVAX program, which aims to distribute vaccines around the world, senior administration officials said. A later donation would raise that to $4 billion. While speaking with world leaders, Biden plans to focus on the coronavirus pandemic, its worldwide economic fallout, and the climate crisis. Because we have $4 billion just sitting around. Also today, the U.S. will officially rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement. Oh, we were waiting for that. The U.S. previously halted plans to withdraw from the WHO, and officials said Biden would likely discuss returning the U.S. to the Iran nuclear deal that was renegotiated in 2015. Whatever. Oh, here's this. A California school board's under fire after members made a series of comments mocking parents who are pressing for in-person classes, with one member claiming such parents just want their babysitters back, and another suggesting parents want their kids out of the house so they can smoke weed. The conversation occurred during a meeting members thought was private, but oops, it was open to the public. In the recording of the Oakley Union Elementary School District Board meeting on Wednesday, members spent time celebrating the prospect of modifying its system for allowing people to make public comments, suggesting folks be made to call in their remarks, which would be cut off automatically at 3 minutes. At one point, member Kim Bede expressed frustration over a complaint against her that was posted on social media before she said, "You know what? Are we alone?" Then mocked whoever posted it, laughing, "Biatch, you're going to call me out? I'm going to F you up. Sorry, that's just me." Member Lisa Brizendine then weighed in saying, "They forgot there's real people on the other side of those letters that they're writing. They don't know what we know behind the scenes. It's really unfortunate they want us to pick on us because they want their babysitters back." They want their babysitters back. They didn't know that they were on live. And then when they found out they were on live, they went, you heard what I'm saying? Yep. They heard everything. Do you guys remember when Joe Biden on Wednesday night, he said that that we didn't have a COVID-19 vaccine when he came into office? We didn't have a COVID-19 vaccine when we came into office. That's what he said. That's what he said. Now, I want to show you, does Biden remember? Well, did I lose it? I've got video. I've got video of Biden getting the shot back in December. I find it interesting that he doesn't think that that counts. He got the vaccine back in December. Remember he rolled up his black T-shirt? Yeah. Is he a liar? Lies back to the basement. I know. He's a liar. He's either confused or he's a liar. Let me say this. It's both. It's both. It wasn't common sense, Donna. They didn't inject him with common sense. I can tell you that much. After debunking misinformation about COVID-19 and the 2020 presidential election results, Facebook will now be the arbiter of truth about climate change. The social network will begin flagging and debunking climate change myths. Facebook released a statement on Thursday stating that social media platform will add informational labels to some posts on climate and direct users to the Facebook Climate Science Information Center, a resource that provides science-based news, approachable information, and actionable resources from the world's leading climate change organizations, which, by the way, take government money. To debunk the myths with current and specific facts, we've brought in climate communication experts from the George Mason University, the Yale Program on Climate Change Communication, and the University of Cambridge. Well, there you go. How do you argue that? Oh, by the way, if Facebook marks you as fake news or they say that this fact isn't correct, they don't give you a way to argue back. They have the final say. The spread of damaging falsehood endangers the level of international cooperation required to prevent catastrophic global warming. So you could tell where this is going. Facebook is in a unique position to counter the circulation of online misinformation, and the new climate myth-busting section is an important step toward debunking dangerous falsehoods and silencing free speech. Holy smokes, people. Does that frighten you? Does that frighten anybody? Anybody? Facebook is going to be the arbiter of truth. No, they're not going to put out information and allow you to decide what is true. Here's another viewpoint. Nope, they're going to block it. They just block. I know. Yeah. I want to see a video created with Shannon Rice's face on MC Hammer. Last night, Mayor Hammer was in full gavel. But yeah, so do you want? So it was first coronavirus, the election, and now climate change. Facebook is scrubbing you out. Anything that you believe in, they don't believe in. How soon before they start scrubbing religious statements? I'm just wondering. Just wondering. We are living in dangerous times. It is. That'd be interesting. Give all the council members a gavel. Yeah. Or a spray bottle. And when some of the council members don't do the right thing, you spritz them right in the nose. That's what you do to your dog. That'd be interesting. I think I counted 40 times in a row with the gavel. I'm going to get that clip and have it. I'll do a montage. Do a video montage of the gavel. All right, so here's some more video. This is, remember, I know it will be. You're right, Kate. I know, I get it. All right, so here's this. I told you, showed you yesterday, Kamala Harris on a Today Show interview where she refused to say that teachers could get back to school if they didn't have the vaccine. All right? Because the CDC said teachers, it's okay. They don't have to have the vaccine to get back to school. And they go, we want to make a priority. Watch this.
And I feel like you guys have treated it like a trick question. I think people just want to know what the White House position is on whether or not teachers have to be vaccinated for kids to return safely to school. The CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, says the science is that teachers don't necessarily have to be vaccinated for kids to return. And I think people want to know what the White House position is on that.
The White House position is that, and the president and vice president believe that teachers should be prioritized for receiving the vaccination along with other frontline workers.
She didn't answer the question. And her voice kills me.
22 states and the District of Columbia, that's exactly what's happening.
Prioritize is one thing, and I think there's wide agreement they should be prioritized, and why not? Is it necessary?
No problem.
Though, that's the question. It really is a yes-no question.
Well, John, I think the real question, frankly, if I can be frank here, is what you're getting to is it safe for kids to go back to school? And the president and vice
actually
president...
not. In this case, that's not the question. The question is it safe for teachers to go back to school? And that's a very specific question in this case. And again, I'm not sure, I don't understand why it's a hard question to answer. It may be that you want every teacher to be vaccinated. It may be the answer is, yeah, teachers should, if they can, be vaccinated before they return to school, but it's not necessary.
Well, John, I think the president has been clear, the vice president has been clear, and I think I was really clear just now that it is the...
No, they've not been clear. They've been clear that they're not going to answer the question.
President and vice president believe that teachers should be prioritized for vaccinations. And in 22 states, at least, and the District of Columbia, that's exactly what is happening.
Nobody's arguing that. Did you hear this guy arguing that? He just wants to know, the CDC said it's okay for teachers to get back into the classroom without being vaccinated. What does the White House agree with that? Yes or no? She can't answer it.
Look,
I'll try one last time. Does the president feel that teachers have to be vaccinated in order for schools to open safely? Yes or no?
The president believes that teachers should be prioritized for vaccination. His wife, Dr. Biden, the first lady, is a teacher. He knows the importance of teachers being in the classroom. The president and vice president also know, John, that teaching for many people is not just what they do, it is who they are. It is a calling. And teachers want to be in the classroom. Parents want students in the classroom. And we want to do so safely and operating according to the science.
All right. I'm not going to get a yes or no on that.
The science. Yeah, you're not going to get a yes or no on that. It's done. But there's no point in me. I would have just said, this interview is over. You're not going to answer the question. There's no point in me talking to you. Answer the question. But they refused to. If it was Kellyanne Conway, they would have cut her off. Do you know that? How many times they cut Kellyanne Conway off because she won't answer the question? Well, they don't do that to Biden people. This is ridiculous. She would not answer the simple question. Just a simple question. Yes or no? And they can't do it. You saw the same thing with Kamala Harris. We're sticking to our guns. We're not going to answer your question because we are beholden to the teachers' unions. We don't care about the kids. We don't care about the kids. We care about the teachers' unions. The teachers' unions give us a lot of money. And so we are going to talk about having all the teachers vaccinated. And I don't care. We don't care what the CDC says. We believe that all the teachers should be vaccinated. They should be prioritized. That's the kind of people that are in this White House. Yep. They are in places of power. Double speak, muddy the water. She didn't even dance. She stomped on the question. I'm going to walk all over it. And I'm not going to answer it. And she knew that I'm just going to repeat. I don't care what he asked. I'm going to repeat the same thing because I'm going to try one more time. She goes, okay, good luck. Because you're not going to get anything else. Oh, these people. These are the lowest of the low. You talk about Skid Row in the White House. Joe Biden and his crew are the worst. You will not get any straight answers. And to prove that, here's this. Listen to this. This is Jen Psaki. And wow, I'll just let her talk.
A study of reparations, which I believe is what's being discussed, and studying the continuing impacts of slavery, which is being discussed in this hearing on H.R. 40, I believe it is. And he continues to demonstrate his commitment to take comprehensive action to address the systemic racism that persists today. Obviously, that is having that study is a part of that, but he has.
They're using buzzwords, systemic racism and equity and all this crap. They're talking about reparations. Joe Biden is going to talk about reparations. He's oh my gosh.
First day, which would begin to deliver on his commitment to having an across government approach to addressing racial inequality and making sure equity is a part of his entire policy agenda. But he certainly would support a study of reparations.
Equity.
We understands that we don't need a study to take action right now on systemic racism, so he wants to take actions within his own government in the meantime.
Would he support the bill? Because you're talking about the study, but if the bill came to his desk, would he sign it?
Well, it's working its way through Congress. He'd certainly support a study, but we'll see what happens through the legislative process.
Just last question on that. The president has signed quite a few executive actions. Why not on this issue create a commission and by executive order?
He actually signed a number of actions on racial equity on his first day or his first couple of days in office because he felt it was essential to send the message to the American people and the world that having an across-government approach, ensuring that equity is a central part of his policy agenda, was, not just a singular issue, but something that would be a part of every policy issue he approaches, whether it's healthcare, whether it's economic inequality, a range of issues. That's his approach and how he's trying to, address the root causes of racism in our country today.
But he doesn't support a reparations executive.
And it's interesting that a racist is trying to address racism. You're exactly right. He's the only one that's racist. Black and Hispanics don't use the internet. Yep. He is. He doesn't even understand. Barack Obama was a clean, well-spoken black man. He's clean. He's well-spoken. He's articulate. Joe Biden's a racist. He has a long history of racism. You wanna fight racism? Point the finger at yourself, you crazy piece of. Oh, he's out there. But look, how dangerous are these people? Reparations. They're going to study it. We're going to have a study on reparations. And we're going to handle systemic racism. It doesn't make a difference, Donna. It doesn't make a difference. You're white, and you're the problem. Your whiteness. It's not just that you're white, but it's your whiteness that causes the issue. And, yeah. Holy smokes, people. This is just crazy town. Crazy town. And you need to understand what we're dealing with. All right. That does it today on this Friday, day 6 of quarantine. And, yeah. It's interesting. I'm not wearing pants, by the way. All right. God bless you. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday, Lord willing. Share the video. Share it and let others know. Hey, thank you so much. Stay strong. We'll see you on Monday.